morning, Bande Matram. Welcome all of you. The topic is on sacrifice for the sake of God and humanity. Sacrifice for the sake of God and humanity. Most of the time we do sacrifice. We pretend to sacrifice. They are different terms we are using normally in the process of sacrificing. Okay, sometimes in the late age when you will be sitting alone somewhere and lamenting over the lost past, you will be saying that I have sacrificed the whole of my life and what I gained at the end point. No answer. Nobody is going to answer your question because you are the question and you are the answer. And your questions will be moving forward. And simply it will be getting struck on the wall and returning back to you, and you will be finding the same question, but the answer, no answer, absolutely will be not having any answer. And we sacrifice every time, each time we sacrifice, but for what we sacrifice, that is the question to be answered. Yet there is no perfect answer to your ever inquiring question. I am sacrificing, that's fine, but sacrificing for what? Absolutely you will get no answer. That is what the issue. And here in the course, sacrifice, not once or twice, but thrice. Sri Aurobindo writes, sacrifice, always. Not at the present point of time you are sacrificing, then you will abstain yourself. You will simply will try to withdraw, escape. That is not the thing. Here in the course, sacrifice always for the sake of God and humanity, but not for the sake of sacrifice. Because I have to sacrifice, I am sacrificing. It has got absolutely no value. But you sacrifice for what? For the God and humanity, not for the sake of sacrifice. They are doing, they have done, so I am doing. It has got absolutely no value. It has got absolutely no meaning. And sacrifice is a good virtue. Okay. Human sacrifice, animal sacrifice, selfish sacrifice, divine sacrifice. So many ways you can define the term sacrifice. But thing is that not for the sake of sacrifice, but you sacrifice for God and humanity. Not once or twice. Sacrifice, always. That is what the requirement. Again, Sri Aurobindo goes forward. Let thy steps walk in thy Lord. That is what a big term, big word Sri Aurobindo has spoken. Let thy steps walk in thy Lord. Let thy sleep and waking be a sacrifice to Krishna. Because you know, Sri Aurobindo is Sri Krishna. As we know, Sambhavami Yoge Uge. Previously, Krishna's birth was something like Vibhutis or other gods, demigods. But the thing is that in Dwapar only, he got the birth like Vasudeva Krishna. And the Sri Aurobindo quotes, I was Vasudeva Krishna in my previous birth. I was Vasudeva Krishna in my previous birth. Here, that was actually one, avatari rather, of love. Of intellect, carrying intellect. But here you can find supramental avatar. So this is the thing, Sri Aurobindo quotes, let thy steps walk in thy Lord. Then who is the Lord? Let thy sleep and waking be a sacrifice to Krishna. Waking and sacrifice, entire whatever is doing, each and every bit of your job, work, must be a sacrifice to the Lord Krishna. Limit not sacrifice to the giving up of the earthly goods or denial of the some desires and yearnings. That's what for that we are sacrificing. See, in the course, limit not this one. Limit not your sacrifice, giving up of earthly goods or denial of some desires and yearnings. Normally, we have got our desires, we have got our yearnings, we are craving mad after these earthly goods. For that you don't try to sacrifice. That is not the usual, habitual. That is what really habitual here, but it is not ideal. It is not at all no praiseworthy. So limit not your sacrifice. Sacrifice, expand your sacrifice. Don't limit it. When we are limiting our sacrifice for that, I am sacrificed. What you have sacrificed? Question comes. Then I have sacrificed my life and all. I have done so many ways. I took care of my child and all. So you are now leaving me like this. So many questions and so many things are coming. Then the son replies, "It was your duty. Who told you to give me birth? I was not requesting you, father, you give me birth. You sacrifice your life. Mother has passed me, left me and went away. And if you needed, you could have gone also. So many ways, divine has given me birth. He has all the authority, all the responsibility to take care of me. If he is not able to take care, I will simply go back to the original region from where actually I emerged. I came out. But who told you to sacrifice? And after sacrificing, you claim that I have done so and so for you. And if you feel I am your child, you have done so much and all, try to give birth a child of my quality, caliber, and my image. And second one, give birth. That is not also possible for you, but you think you have sacrificed. In spiritual line, I don't know how much spiritual people are. They claim, we have sacrificed. What you have sacrificed? I did not take birth. Who told you not to take birth? I left my job. Who told you to leave your job? That was not required. Nobody has given. I have served you in many ways. Who gave you appointment letter? That was the egoistic attitude you were that time. Ego was the helper then. Now it is ego is the bar. Then you could take it for your own gain, maybe for selfish motives. And if somebody really is sacrificing for the divine always, he will never say that I have done so and so. He remembers nothing. But you have remembered. I have given so much of land, this much of land for the sake of the school. This is my, I have built this statue here. This gate, it has been constructed in my donation. If you have that attitude, then how have you done the sacrifice? It is for your selfish moods, not for the sake of the divine, nor for even humanity, nor for God. So this giving up of earthly goods and denial of some desires and yearnings, don't limit your sacrifice up to these points only. But what I have to do? Let every thought, every work, every enjoyment be an offering to God within thee. Within thee. If you are going to your temple and you are offering through the Brahmin or Pujak or Padri or Mullah, I want to give these things, my thought, my feelings, my enjoyment, my work. You told, where shall I keep here? If you have got some money, some gold, you give, we'll share and we'll enjoy. That is different. We'll keep in the hunda. We have got our hundi. So, hundi I will keep. But these things you are going to come to sacrifice. Your work, every enjoyment, every thought, where shall we keep it? It is offering to the God within thee. This much is breadth must come. This much knowledge you must have. This much truth you must know. Then only you will be on track. That sacrifice will bear some value. Instead of offering entire, that is what this samarpan, this surrender. What is that surrender? Some surrender, absolute surrender, vast surrender, universal surrender. So many ways you define surrender. So, what is that surrender? What you are, what you have, what you think, what you plan, everything you surrender at the Divine Mother's feet. That I can do. Then what you can do, share me. So limit not your sacrifice to the giving up of earthly goods or in denial of some desires and yearnings, but let every thought, every work, and every enjoyment be an offering to God within thee. Then sacrifice all must be done for the divine, not for you, not for your family, not for your friends or the surroundings. You give everything to the divine, and the impartially he has to do, he has to think of. Divine has to think of, divine has to do what really needed to be done. But if I do of myself, or if I do something, give something to somebody else, there will be partiality, grudging. It is not possible. All must be done for the divine, all must be directed to the divine. Without the divine, life is meaningless. With the divine, life is bliss. Without the divine, life is a painful illusion. So, all must be done for the divine. Only for the divine, nothing else. Okay, I am divine, doing for the divine. Let divine decide what really, where it wants to go and what really to be done. That is a different sector, different session. So what has to be done? All must be done for the divine, all must be directed to the divine. Every moment, every working, every enjoyment, every thinking, everything must be directed to the divine. If all are fulfilled, packed with, divinity and divine orientation, then where is place, spot for these lower powers? All activities must have one divine for their object and heart of their meaning. For the spiritual seeker, divine is the beginning, divine is the middle, and divine is the end. Only divine and nothing but the divine, none but the divine, only the divine. That is the goal. With this idea, with this ideology, you have to progress in the entire track of life. All must be done for the divine, and all must be directed to the divine. And the next activity, all activities, whatever you perform, must have the one divine for their object and the heart of their meaning. Heart of their meaning and objective, one divine. For that divine, for the sake of the divine, for the divine, through the divine, by the divine, of the divine, in the divine, try to get lost. Try to emerge, try to get identified. You search yourself in the divine, where divine inside you and around you. All activities must have one divine for their object and heart of their meaning. Only one divine. One, our internal movements no less than external doings. But we are confined to the externalities. Our internal movements, no less than external doings, are to be consecrated on the altar. On the altar means on the altar of the divine. External doings, internal movements. Even most of the time, we are not aware of the external doings. And what about the internal movements? Internal movements, no less than external doings, are to be consecrated on the one altar. Why? Sacrifice is the great revealer of values. You have the values, but things are concealed. Nobody is able to see, or you are not able to show. This is concealed, hidden. And this great activity, that is sacrifice, that is the great revealer of values. Great revealer. What is concealed, it reveals. The law of sacrifice is the common divine action that was thrown out into the world in its beginning as a symbol of the solidarity of the universe. You must not be forgotten. The law of sacrifice Law of sacrifice is the common divine action that was thrown out into the world in its beginning as a symbol of solidarity of the universe. This law must be followed. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice always for the sake of God and humanity, not for the sake of sacrifice.